Welcome to Tzu Chi This Week. I'm Mary Lee. It's good to have you with us. Coming up in this week's top stories, we join Daai TV Indonesia as they receive an award in recognition for their contribution to society. Next, a Japanese railway system engineer invites local Tzu Chings to join him to experience farm life. Lastly, in Hualien, Taiwan, Tzu Chi volunteers visit Jiaming Village to hold weekly vegetarian cooking workshops. We start the program in Indonesia. A Muslim charity, Dompet Duafa, celebrated its 20th anniversary on July 2nd, which was attended by members from all walks of life. The organization also recognized distinguished members of society and media for their role in inspiring goodness, and Daai TV Indonesia was among the recipients of this award for the show Mata Hati, Compassion Within.
As a way to commemorate its 20th anniversary, Dompet Duafa is holding an award ceremony to honor distinguished members of society and media for spreading goodness in society. Recipients included former Vice President Yusuf Kala and Daai TV program Mata Hati, Compassion Within.
Selamat Anda.
You inspire people's hearts. This award is not sponsored but a genuine assessment. This is based on our observation and evaluation. You truly deserve this recognition.
Dompet Duafa is celebrating their 20th anniversary. Their missions and philosophies are aligned with the beliefs of Daai TV Indonesia, which strives to broadcast truth, goodness, and beauty.
Compassion Within has been acknowledged for its humanistic qualities. Dompet Duafa hopes that with the media's positive influence, it can ignite mutual love and assistance in society.
In Taiwan, there are many small and medium enterprises that are providing well-rounded benefits to their workers or silently doing their part for society. This year, a few businesses were chosen for their corporate social responsibility excellence. Daai Technology was one of the companies to receive an award for its environmentally friendly products. It is hoped that more small and medium businesses will be inspired to make a difference in this world. In the past, when seniors who suffer from mobility issues wanted to leave the house, they found it to be a difficult journey, as some do not meet the requirements for the rehab bus. Thus, Xu Zhuofu had an idea of a door-to-door shuttle bus to help the disadvantaged to get around.
We not only provide services for the elderly, but children, pregnant women, as well wheelchair users, such as those suffering from short-term disabilities or sports injury. They don't qualify for disability benefits, but they still have to get around. It was then that we realized Taiwan services for those suffering from physical disabilities are not that great.
Another small and medium enterprise that is making a difference is Daai Technology, who was nominated in the Environmental Protection and Green Development category.
Daai Technology uses materials our recycling volunteers provide to make environmentally friendly products. Even though Taiwan is a small island, but the love we have for our planet is large. Our company hopes to be a green role model for Taiwan or even the world.
Every company that received the SME Corporate Social Responsibility Award all have moving stories behind their success. It is hoped through this award that other small and medium enterprises can be inspired to give back to society. In Taiwan, Jiayi Tzu Chi volunteers and team of doctors recently traveled to the Jiahui Home for the Disabled for the 6th time to check on the students' teeth. Thanks to the help of dentists and volunteers over the years, these students' oral hygiene has greatly improved.
This is the scene at the Jiahui Home for the Disabled in Jiayi County, Taiwan. Today, team of doctors and Tzu Chi volunteers are here to check on students' teeth conditions.
It is hard for us to take all of them to see a dentist. With team of doctors here once every 6 months, their oral hygiene have improved greatly. Our students are also very happy to see all the volunteers.
During each visit, the volunteers not only play games but also chat with each student. Today, the volunteers even prepare an exercise. Treating each student like their own families. Although the students here cannot express their gratefulness clearly through words, their gestures said it all.
好，再见啊！我后回再来，刚好。好哦，我来，你有欢喜无？有哦，偌欢喜。就欢喜的哦。
Recently in Shanghai, China Tzu Chi volunteers brought elementary school students to a local nursing home for the youngsters to express their love and care to the elderly. Meanwhile, in Anhui, fairgoers from the International Buddhist Cultural Items and Crafts Fair also joined Tzu Chi volunteers in visiting the Quanjiao nursing home. Let's take a look.
Seeing the volunteers, the elderly here at Anhui's Quanjiao nursing home are filled with excitement. Giving the seniors a massage is how Tzu Chi volunteers have shown their love to the seniors over the past 20 years. As more and more volunteers join their cause, the care given to the seniors has only increased in scope.
We didn't help much, simply gave them haircuts, but we believe with our company they are much happier.
Among the volunteers is Xia Gongxu, who is a retired Chinese medical doctor. Today, he also brought his son and daughter-in-law to help.
Today, this event has given me a chance to contribute my skills in helping these senior residents.
Volunteers also go room to room to tend to bedridden seniors. As volunteer Han Yan sees each senior as her family, when it comes time to leave, she is always in tears.
She really remembers me. When I was leaving, she gave me her phone number. Actually, they don't ask for much. They just want you to give them a call or keep them company.
In Shanghai, local elementary school students also join volunteers in caring for the elderly as they perform for the nursing home residents. The grandpas and grandmas are all amused and give them rounds of applause.
很开心，很开心的感觉。开心啊！那下次还要来？还要来。
Other than the volunteers' performance, the seniors also responded to Tzu Chi's recycling work, like this 81-year-old Grandma Zheng, who now knows how to recycle batteries.
A battery may pollute 1 square meter of land. Now I know that.
Showered with attention and happiness, the elderly are left recharged. When it comes time to leave, volunteers express their heartfelt blessings and promise that they will come back soon.
Moving to Japan, we meet a railway system engineer, Kawaji Shunichi, who was first introduced to Tzu Chi when he was working in Taiwan in 2007. Later in 2012, after returning to Japan, he joined Tzu Chi's events in caring for the 3/11 earthquake survivors. Now every weekend, Shunichi and his friends farm in their organic fields in Notsuki, Yamanashi. Recently, they invited local Tzu Chis to join them, hoping the activity will help the younger generation realize the importance of cherishing food and resources.
Surrounded by mountains, every field is filled with young rice seedlings.
The temperature here in Japan is lower. The rice here grows in warmer water. You can feel it. Try touching the water in the ditch.
Tzu Chis are here in Otsuki, Yamanashi to learn organic farming. The rice seed is located between the radicle and the shoot. The radicle is put into the soil while the middle part is submerged in the water and the leaf grows above the water. These youngsters have no experience in planting rice seedlings. Walking in the rice fields is their first lesson.
For these Tzu Chis, this may be their first time walking in a field. In their first few steps, they may stumble, but after a bit of practice, they will gradually get used to walking in the field.
Each rice seedling will be planted 30 centimeters next to the other. This way, there will be enough room between them when they grow. As Tzu Chis bend over to plant each seedling, they experience how farmers respect and thank nature.
Each one of rice seedlings were put in the soil. Everyone learned fast. The rice seedlings are upright and organized.
In 2007, Kawaji Shunichi, a railway system engineer, was working in Taiwan when he first met Tzu Chi. After returning to Japan, he joined Tzu Chi's event in caring for the survivors of the 3/11 earthquake. During the holidays, Kawaji and his friends farm their fields and love to share their farming knowledge with youngsters.
通知たちを見てて、これは合格できますか？今日は。何点ですか？
I would say 80. Just go slow and master each step before going on to the next one.
In light of the serious problem of food waste in Japan, these holiday farmers are not only doing their part in practicing organic farming, but also working to pass on their expertise to the next generation.
Back to Taiwan, last week, Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital went through its 5th medical center accreditation. To thank the medical personnel for their hard work, the hospital organized a banquet on July 4th. The staff vowed to keep up their hard work and continue to raise their level of medical services. Here, each plate of love was prepared by volunteers at the Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital to thank medical staff who worked tirelessly in preparation for the first stage hospital evaluation.
Hooray, extra dishes!
The Jingse boat also prepared additional meals to thank the medical staff for their hard work, and Tzu Chi volunteers were there to prepare lunch boxes for those who could not attend the banquet.
We know that some of the medical staff are still busy and they don't have time to come to the hall to enjoy the banquet, so we are here to deliver lunch boxes for them.
It is the mutual and supportive love that brings everyone together.
Thanks to the medical staff's hard work, the evaluation was smooth sailing. Because of them, we have a wonderful year.
I want to thank the medical staff for their cooperation and hard work. Effort is bitter, but its fruit is sweet.
The latest medical center accreditation marks the 5th in Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital's 28 years of history. Over the years, the staff's love towards patients remained unchanged as they vowed to continue to safeguard the health of patients through thick and thin. In the United States, members of the San Gabriel Pomona Regional Center in California visited U.S. Tzu Chi headquarters for an in-depth Tai Chi lesson and tour. Impressed by what they had seen, the director of the center promised further visits and possible cooperation between the two organizations in the future.
Moving their hands and feet from right to left and up and down, these kids are finding that learning Tai Chi is not only easy but fun.
Because children move a lot, we don't have to teach them to move. But the stillness aspect, that is the part that they have to train. Tai Chi is a very good form of exercise, and it's also a traditional Chinese martial art. Although the movements are done slowly, when speeded up, they can be even faster than other martial arts. But Tai Chi requires a longer training than other martial arts.
For adults, the movements of Tai Chi are an excellent way to settle the mind.
On a very stressful Sunday, and my daughter told me to let's go for a ride. So we started driving around and we found the road and we ended up here. So we had a small tour and I really like the peaceful environment and the fact that you guys have Tai Chi here.
Maria currently is a staff member at the San Gabriel Pomona Regional Center, where she has to work with the physically and mentally disabled on a regular basis. Work is often stressful, but recognizing that the NGO offers activities such as today's visit through which its staff can relax. The 8 members of the NGO not only got to try their hand at the relaxing movements of Tai Chi, but also were introduced to the mission and philosophy of Tzu Chi by volunteers. Over the space of their visit, everyone was deeply impressed by the goodness and sincerity of the volunteers, and the association's director hinted that there will be more visits planned for the future.
In Taichung, Taiwan, we meet 2 Tzu Chi volunteers who are doing their part to protect our planet. One practices recycling as a form of therapy for her ailing body. The other invented a bottle cap remover machine to help fellow recycling volunteers sort plastic bottles easier. Let's take a look.
Line up the middle part right, and push a little harder down and it will break.
Ke Jinzhu of Taichung, Taiwan, patiently explains how to use the bottle cap remover machine that he spent 8 months inventing to efficiently sort plastic bottles.
It's much more convenient than before and faster too. Much slower and you injure your hands easily.
Ke is now a steel factory owner. Growing up in a poor family, he started his apprenticeship at a steel factory after he graduated from elementary school.
My family was poor and I had a lot of siblings, so when I started working, I had nothing to my name.
Ke is no stranger to the coldness of society, as he once had to borrow money to keep afloat. Now a successful business owner, he not only cultivates plenty of blessings for himself, but also help family members achieve honorary board member status.
Because I was poor, I know how difficult it is to be without money. So of course, now that I have the ability to help, I will try my best to help. It is my greatest pleasure.
By entering Tzu Chi and honoring the organization's 10 precepts, Ke has given up smoking and drinking to walk on the Bodhisattva path. Also in Taichung is Tzu Chi volunteer Liao Yuxia, who finds sitting down sorting or moving large bags around to not be an issue despite her ailing body. The short hairstyle Liao sports is not a fashion statement, but rather because she's had 2 major brain surgeries, one for an aneurysm, the other for hydrocephalus, otherwise known as water in the brain.
This is the scar from surgery. This one is from the surgical drain. She has had 2 major surgeries and she still has the motivation and determination to come here to practice recycling, even though her family life isn't that ideal.
I'm often bored and depressed at home, so if I practice recycling here, my mood is better.
Even if Liao's body is not fully recovered, she will return to the recycling station. As for her, practicing recycling is the best medicine. Doing so has even helped her family situation.
When he drinks, he will swear and yell at me, so I'd rather not be at home. If I don't listen, then it won't bother me.
By practicing recycling, Liao's heart is able to remain open, and she's able to leave her depression and illness behind. Staying in Taiwan, but moving to Hualien, Tzu Chi volunteers there periodically visit the Jiaming village to hold a weekly cooking workshop. Inspired by the volunteers' dedication, care recipient Mr. Deng also joined the workshop to teach the participants how to make apple curry rice balls.
At this weekly cooking workshop in Hualien's Jia'an village, Tzu Chi volunteer Xie Liufu uses 5-gram powder and other natural ingredients to make a creative sauce.
The sauce makes it easier to create different dishes. It also helps save energy and reduce carbon emissions. With the sauce, everyone can save a lot of time when cooking.
Tzu Chi volunteers seize the opportunity to propagate the benefits of vegetarian diets. Learning that meatless dishes can be both healthy and tasty, local residents are inspired to join the cause. Tzu Chi care recipient Mr. Deng is a frequent figure seen at Tzu Chi's cooking workshops. He used to be a chef for more than 30 years, and this time he invented a recipe for apple curry rice balls to share with everyone.
Tzu Chi volunteers show their great love to everyone. We have to follow in their footsteps in caring for our fellow villagers.
As a way to reciprocate Tzu Chi's care and love, Mr. Deng voluntarily prepared his own vegetarian meals and invited everyone to join Tzu Chi in saving the planet.
Wang Chongxue runs a food stand in Taiwan's Taichung. Unfortunately, she was forced to take on a debt in excess of $30,000 for relatives, leaving her bitter about life. Thankfully, she came into contact with Tzu Chi and became a volunteer, which totally transformed her.
Getting angry is actually punishing yourself with other people's mistakes. I think this suits me well because I get angry often.
Wang Chongxue runs a little food stand in Taiwan's Taichung. Her first order of business every day is to write out a Jinsi aphorism.
I've quite a big debt on my shoulders. In all honesty, I shouldn't have time to come volunteer.
As a co-signer to a deal gone bad, Wang has been forced to carry a debt of over $30,000. She fell into depression and developed bad temper. Her children couldn't even get close to her.
There were a lot of silent treatments.
To repay the debt, Wang worked hard night and day, but she also became sour and bitter. It was not until she joined Tzu Chi that things changed for the better.
She never says no but always says yes.
At first she thought she had no time to volunteer, but now Wang always shows up when needed.
Seeing others play makes us appreciate our blessings, so I realized the importance of spending time with my family.
Giving is easy, it just depends on whether you want to do it or not, because you are only taking a small part of yourself to help others.
Wang's transformation also inspired her daughter. As the family grew closer, Wang realized in the end, it has been herself who has benefited most from the volunteering.
Hsinchu media volunteer Lian Jianxing has long documented Tzu Chi's history for posterity and also incorporated Tzu Chi's spirit into the educational field. As a teacher for 3 decades in Taipei, a chance opportunity brought Lian out of retirement to teach in Hsinchu. Now nearing the end of his teaching career, both teachers and students are sad to see him go. No matter if it's a Hsinchu Tzu Chi meeting or a visit to remote areas, Tzu Chi volunteer Lian Jianxing can be seen on site documenting the event. Seeing the world through his camera lens, Lian is always willing to help out.
Brother Lian is always ready to fill in wherever needed.
Lian taught in Taipei and was a media volunteer for 10 years before he switched to teaching at a private elementary school in Hsinchu. Now at the new location, not only are the local Tzu Chi volunteers in luck, but his co-workers have also gained a valuable asset, as he shares his teaching experiences and skills as a cameraman.
I don't know how to express the gratitude I have for him. I keep him in my prayers every day. He's such a good person.
Although the school he teaches at now is a Catholic school, his incorporation of Jingzi aphorisms into the curriculum has been widely accepted by parents. At the last class before Lian's retirement, his students wrote cards to express their appreciation.
He didn't bring a different religion to Shangzhi Elementary. Rather, he brought a different spirit, a spirit that blurs religious boundaries.
The core of education is love and respect. Tzu Chi is about gratitude, respect, and love. It really matches well together.
Using the same dedication he has towards education in carrying out Tzu Chi's missions, Lian Jianxing happily spreads compassion everywhere he goes. At the end of our show, we join Philippine Tzu Chi volunteers on their preparation for the upcoming large-scale rice distribution and free clinic by visiting the impoverished residents of Barangay Tatalong in Quezon City. While visiting one solitary senior who lives in a tiny house, volunteers can't help but shed tears seeing her living condition. We will leave you with these images. Thank you for watching. Have a good weekend. See you next week.